Inklings and Goombas, Pikmin of all ages. I'm Linkature64. Welcome to my room. So Nintendo, they had their annual investors meeting recently. They usually have that every time or this year. Actually, it was their 78th annual meeting, which I find is pretty incredible, considering that Nintendo really only entered the video game market about a little over 30 years ago at this point. And yet they've still been having these meetings, and they've still been a pretty successful company since before the video game industry even started. Now that video games are obviously what they're well known for, but that's besides the point. They had their 78th annual investors meeting this past week or so, and they announced a few things, or half announced a few things. They announced one new thing and confirmed another thing. Generally, what these investors meeting are meant for is more kind of to inform their investors of what's going on with the company, give them sales numbers, how successfully their products are doing, the general spiel. But occasionally, this kind of thing will happen where they'll announce something totally out of the blue that nobody really saw coming. So I wanted to, go over these couple things real quick that, again, kind of came out of nowhere, seemingly. Well, okay, to start off, first of all, we'll talk about what we already knew was basically coming. Nintendo confirmed that the Mario movie is indeed in development, and it's being created by Illumination, the creators behind Minions and Despicable Me. And I think I've expressed how I feel about this before in the past, either on YouTube or on my Instagram, but I'm feeling kind of sketchy about this one, honestly. Illumination, they created Minions and Despicable Me, which are very infamously known as being kind of these slapstick, entirely off the walls, kid oriented humor movies. And it's not a bad thing, I guess. In the case of Despicable Me, the first one, anyway, that was actually a pretty good movie. Their more recent movies, on the other hand, have been not too great. So it concerns me. I feel like Mario is kind of this more calm and conserved character who doesn't really do goofy off the wall humor. So to put him in kind of like a universe created by the same people as the Minions, it's a little bit disconcerting. I'm concerned, certainly. I hope that they take this in the right direction, and I hope that they make the right calls with it. Especially, there's a lot of questions that we kind of need answered, right? Like, will Mario have voice acting? What other characters from the Mushroom Kingdom will be in this movie? It's just, there's so many questions and really no real info yet that, it's too early to really tell. But I think the bottom line here is that I wish it wasn't Illumination doing this. I know it's not good to discriminate just based on the developer or the creator or the animator in this case, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Minions. So, hey, you know what? We'll see. Let's wait until an actual trailer comes out, and then we'll get our first look, have some real first impressions, shall we? Anyway, and then the only real new announcement to come out of this was Mario Kart Tour, essentially a Mario Kart, not port, but the Mario Kart, the mobile version of Mario Kart, will be coming sometime in either March or May. I believe, either March or May, sometime early this year, which is surprising, considering we haven't even gotten a trailer or anything. Now, this was really kind of like the Metroid Prime 4 teaser last E3. It's literally just a logo. That's all we have thus far. But based on Nintendo's past endeavors into the mobile market, I think that it's pretty safe to assume that this will not be a port of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It will probably be a dumbed down version. And so, that one's, it's tough to say whether it will have microtransactions or if it will be a pay once and get the game get the entire game, because that's what The latter is the route that Nintendo took with Super Mario Run, but with games like Animal Crossing and Fire Emblem, they went the microtransaction route. So it's hard to call that one. But, it's going to be pretty obvious that this Mario Kart Tour is definitely going to be kind of dumbed down. A dumbed down version of Mario Kart. And it kind of has to be, right? You don't have the physical controls there. So obviously it's going to be kind of hard to turn. You can use motion controls for turning. iPhone and just generally phone motion controls are generally pretty good in terms of being accurate on what direction you're holding the phone. So I feel like that could work pretty easily. But it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's tough to call what kind of game this will be. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a dumbed down version of Mario Kart, and it's going to do incredibly well, like ridiculously well. Mario Kart is generally known as being kind of this casual gamer go-to game. Not that it's not a good game. It's the most recent version of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is fantastic, but definitely one of the most popular casual games ever made. And to put it on the mobile market, which is generally known as being kind of a casual market for casual gamers, it's going to be in the top charts. Probably the number one game for the first week that it's there. Maybe for longer than that. I guarantee it will be on the top, though. Anyways, guys, what do you think? What did you think about the announcements that were coming out of this investors meeting? Are you looking forward to the Mario movie? Do you have doubts about it like I do? What about the Mario Kart game? Mario Kart Tour, are you looking forward to that, or are you slightly skeptical? Let me know down in the comments. And hey, if you're new to the channel, I'm Linkature64. I talk about everything Nintendo, Nintendo Switch, Nintendo's mobile, Nintendo's movies, all that good stuff. And if you're interested, make sure you subscribe so you can catch all my latest videos and content that comes out. Anyways, guys, what are you still doing here?